Welcome to Blade HQ, everybody. Today is October 2nd, 2023. It's the second day of Q4. It's my first day at work in October, and therefore I'm going to exercise my right as a free American to wear flannel. Let's talk knives. First knife on the table, new from Arcform, we have the Theory. And I saw these at Blade Show, and I thought, hey, Theory. Except I didn't know it was called the Theory at the time. And Taylor Martin at Best Damn EDC picked one up, and I'm like, that's super cool. He's like, you know what it's called? I'm like, no. It's the Theory, the Arcform Theory, and I really do like this thing. Like Taylor Martin said, he did a video talking about what he got at Blade Show, and he talked about this at length. So if you want to learn more about the Theory, go check that video out. But this one, he said, has sort of Chris Reeves Sebenza vibes in the handle, where it sort of fans out towards the back. But I really like the broad blade you get here, and this thumb stud is everything you want out of a thumb stud. I tend to prefer the broader thumb studs because I have a tendency to fidget with my knives till the cows come home, and sometimes my thumbnail doesn't like that. But I really appreciate this, and a very broad M390 blade, a very flicky and smooth drop shut action. Very well done, Arcform. These are going for $310. They have an 8-inch overall length and a 3.5-inch blade. Maybe one day they'll do a mini Theory. I think that would be super cool, but this one is definitely in the larger of the everyday carry size bracket. But very nice work altogether. My friend Brian over there designed it. Very well done. I'm in love. Next up, new from LionSteel, we have a new variation on the M5. So it has the fancy nylon sheath. And sometimes the nylon sheaths get a bit of a bad rap because they're like, it's fabric, knives cut through fabric. Well, this does have a plastic insert, and I'll tell you, the denier or ounce rating or whatever, there's some fabric nerds out there. I maybe will become one day. This is a very heavy duty sheath, and I would not be worried about it, and I would probably do a pack mount with the molly back. But less about the sheath, more about the knife. I really love LionSteel fixed blades, especially these Moletta designs. And this M5 sort of takes me as the tactical one because it's got a bit more of a guard. It's got a nice big sharpening choil there, a big pommel out the back. It's a great knife, and I really do appreciate it. It's got the Sleipner blade, and my understanding of Sleipner is it's a variant of M390? I always get Sleipner and Nylox mixed up. Man, there's no hints in the steel name. Anyway, it's a great tough steel for this application, and I think it will just excel. Nope, it's not. It's a variation of D2. Sorry, because it's gonna be the tougher one. The Nylox is a variation on M390, but M390 is not known for its extreme toughness, but D2 is known for its good toughness. This takes it a little bit further. In fact, Cedric and Ada, Pete over there, he's an Australian friend of ours, he did a video talking about 3V versus Sleipner. And the fact that they can be compared just rules M390 out. Okay. Thank you for helping me, everybody. That was a really long tangent. But yes, Sleipner steel is an excellent choice for this fixed blade. And I love the handle work here. So you can see, what I love about my card is it shows this off. You can see how it bulbs out towards the palm, and that just seats right inside your palm very nicely. And I prefer the hammer grip, so I really like this, but some people who like a pinch grip, like Dallas does, they would probably take a Dremel and carve that in, make it a little more comfortable for that. But for the hammer grip, like me and the chosen ones, this is the one. Next up, we have the new Blade HQ exclusive Fox Knives Radius. So we haven't seen a whole lot about the Radius lately because it kind of came in 2019. Anyway, I kind of forgot about the Radius, and I would like to formally apologize for that because the Radius is a really cool knife. It won the Knife of the Year award at Blade Show 2019, and it had a very innovative mechanism, and it's this. And I don't know if I'd call it a button lock, or it's like you combine the lock style of a button lock and the actuation of a thumb stud. And it's a very, very intriguing mechanism, very fidgety, but the cool thing is you can very controlledly open and close the knife with your fingers completely out of the cutting path of the blade, which is very interesting. I don't know that this is my favorite opener. I think I'd prefer just a regular old thumb stud and then a separate lock. Like, I get a chance to show off my new knife. Like on my amphibian here, this one has the ram lock and a thumb stud that's separate, and I think I prefer that, but I do really respect the innovation found on the Radius here. Very nicely done. Now, this one has an M390 blade in the jade handle, and it goes for $149.95, which I think is a great deal for M390 steel and this mechanism. This mechanism can't be easy to assemble or manufacture, and the fact that they can get an M390 blade plus this for 150 bucks, nothing bad to say. It's got a 2 3/8 inch blade, 7.25 inches overall. It's a great knife. Oh, that's the other thing. Oh, look at that. I'm used to being able to push the lock and then swing the knife shut. You can kind of do it, but your thumb is on the lock. It does not comply with my fidget habits. But it is cool, and if your fidget habits are not like mine, and I certainly hope they're not, because not everybody is lucky enough to be able to fidget with their knife at their desk at work, then the Radius might be the perfect knife for you. Next up, we have the Cold Steel Republic, and this one is very exciting to me. So we got a CPM S35VN blade, this brown linen micarta handle, a very nice leather sheath, and I don't know how they stiffened the leather up, but I really like it. It's a nice stiff, but not too stiff. And it smells good. I love the smell of leather. But this is the big feature about the Republic here. Made in the USA. Since the acquisition from Lynn Thompson, when GSM bought it, people were like, oh no, Cold Steel's gonna die. But I honestly think that GSM has done great work. First of all, most of the models that you know and love are still made in the same factories and with the same everything as they were with Lynn. But they also brought some stuff back to the USA, and it's been a long time since we've seen a USA-made Cold Steel that wasn't like a limited edition like the 4MAX was. But look, USA-made fixed blade, Cold Steel, built tough, world's strongest knives, as they say. Excellent, excellent work, Cold Steel, and I love to see it, and I want to see more of it. And I want to see that Jimmy/Chopper when it gets here. That thing's awesome. These are going for $269, S35VN blades, 10 inches overall. And yeah, just a great knife. Next up, new from Bestech, we have the Lito. I thought it was like Dallas says, hey, you should feature the Lito. I'm like, the Lito, like as in the Lido deck of a ship? No, Lito, L-I-T-O, and I have no idea what that means. I don't know what language it would be. If you know, please let me know. I'm trying to learn something new every day. And I must confess, I really do like the Lito. So the thumb stud action is very, very snappy. But the lock, like, it is one of the smoothest disengage locks I've ever felt. I would say it rivals that of a Chris Reeve on how smooth and clean it is to disengage the lock, but then it still locks up rock solid up the top. This one, the one I picked because I think it looks really good, has the marble carbon fiber with the blue pivot collar and then the black blade. I think the little pop of blue is fun, but then it's very black, sleek. So and because it's so small when it's folded up, I almost wonder if this would be a good suit coat knife, just sort of tuck it in on the inside. But then when you pull it out, it's great for peeling that foil or whatever. Very gentleman style knife in my opinion. And I really do like it, but there's a few different colorways to match whatever you happen to be wearing. So it has a 6.3 overall length, which is very short. Like, I mean, we'll pull out our theory that we were talking about a minute ago. We'll just stand them up right next to each other. It is a very compact knife. But you're getting an M390 blade, the titanium handle, and the inlay of your choice. Very nice overall length and 2.5 inch blade. So that's gonna be legal in a lot more places. I know there's some places out there that regulate how long your blade can be. And I appreciate that Bestech is here to ensure legality for you and yours. Very nice. These are going for $195. This one is. They change on price depending on coating, inlay, etc., etc., etc. Next on the fixed blade front, made in the USA, we have the Bradford Guardian 4.2. So we've seen the Guardian 4 before, so I won't talk too much about it, but what's interesting about this is like the 3.2 we covered a few months ago, weeks ago, a little while ago, we have a nubbin here instead of the edge just coming straight to the pommel here. And especially if you're wearing gloves, I've seen this where people, even if you don't have super chubby fingers and you're not right up against the edge, if you're wearing gloves, you can nick a hole in your glove on that little edge right there. And Bradford Larkin, bless his heart, came and he made the 4.2. So if you prefer, you don't use your knife with gloves, you can still get the 4. The 4 will come all the way to the edge. But if you prefer the little nubbin here, which I think I probably do, you can get this one. This one comes in Magna Cut steel, comes with a leather sheath, but you can get some Kydex options from Armidas and from Bradford themselves. Very nice knives all around, going for $195. So it gives you a, $249. I was reading the Bestech price. $249 gives you a 4.9 inch blade and about a 4-inch cutting edge. We say a 4.9 inch blade because the American Knife and Tool Institute defines blade length as the forwardmost portion of the handle to the point straight line, which means you kind of get an extra inch in the choil here, but that also allows you a very secure, controlled grip all the way up right at the edge. So it's going to, I guess, artificially inflate the blade length by that, but that's how it works. And then a 9.35 overall length. Very well done, Bradford. I love Bradford knives. And I'm excited to see Bradford at Blade Show West here in a couple of weeks. All right, next up we have the Vosteed Knives Raccoon. And I don't know what it is about people coming out with world-class button locks lately, but last week we had the Bestech Man Good Boy. That thing was really good, and the Vosteed is here, and it's also really good. And I'll tell you what my favorite thing is, 14C28N on the blade steel. I love 14C28N. Every time I've talked about it, I've lauded its glories, and you're probably sick of it. So I'll just tell you, I love 14C28N, and it's right here on this $59 Vosteed Raccoon. I also got the one with the blue micarta. Comes in a bunch of different flavors of micarta, but a very slick action. And I love this spear point blade. It sort of gives you all the utility of your drop point, but quite a bit of meat in the tip. So if you're gonna be doing some prying or whatever, and the 14C28N is tough enough to take it, very cool everyday carry folder for a very cool price. And look at this pocket clip. It's recessed with recessed screws. It's gonna glide in and out of your pocket so easy. Very well done, Vosteed. And then last, we have the Toor Knives Darter Tanto. And this one, I'll hold it this way so we can see these interesting serrations on the spine, is quite the tactical knife, but I also really like the handle on it. I find that a lot of Toor knives feel like something that you would have on your vest in the military, and they are a last-ditch combat tool. And I'm sure they're very, very good for that. I mean, you can go check out our video with Patrick Odell. That is the beginning and end of my current knowledge of self-defense and tactical knives. And he knows a lot more than I do. But I do appreciate that Toor makes something that has a bit more of a traditional handle so that people like me, who usually just LARP around in the woods with their knives, can sort of enjoy the experience of the high-end Toor manufacturing. Now, this one is designed in collaboration with Travis Haley of Haley Strategic. And these serrations on the back, I mean, I'll tell you what I would use those for. Those are ferro rod scraping gold right there. You just put that there and whoosh, you'll have a fire going in no time. But I suppose you can cut through ropes and other stuff. They are fairly thick serrations, so I don't know that I would try and cut a bagel with them, but they'll do great. They're solid all around, very nice handle, and in classic Toor fashion, very nice Kydex sheath. Made in the USA, these are going for $350, and you can pick them up right now at bladehq.com. As you can, all of these, I'll put links in the description, and I hope you guys have a really great week, and I will see you in just under 2 weeks' time at the Salt Palace in Salt Lake City for Blade Show West. See you there.